Hi, I'm Andreas, and in this video I will show you how to match a user and how to work with the matching view. So if we click on a user, then this one is already on the matching view. It is the one most to the right down here in the bottom right corner. We can make it a little bit bigger by clicking here. And it shows the information about the user. So this is kind of a shorter version of all the stuff you see in this page. And then it shows you potential matches. And the list is sorted by distance. So it makes it, if you're doing physical matches, quite easy to find out who is relevant and who is completely irrelevant. All of these are quite close to one another, so they would probably all be relevant. So what we would do is click on them, and then they open in this card view, we call it, where you can read the same info as you're reading over here and compare who might be a good match. And you can just kind of scroll through and see all of the users. Maybe you can see already, based on the tags, that some are relevant and some are irrelevant. So you might say, okay, this is a test user and we're doing a test match. So let's just say this is super relevant. And maybe this is for some reason relevant as well. And then I can go look at them in a short list view where I only see these two, and then look through who I want to match them with. I'll just remove these from the short list so I can look at the whole list again. You can also, like in the project settings, you choose what filters you want to have on for the match view, but you can always change those. So these are the filters that are on by default, but you can always add filters, just like I showed in the user list video. And you can also customize what columns you want to see. So maybe you want to see the field of interest. And now we see that here. I mean, these are kind of the main things about how to look for a match. And now I'll just show you what happens when you then do match. You click Start Matching, and then the system puts the two people in a match. It changes how this looks a little bit. You can then sort of see the task again, and you can see the profile of the user you chose to match them with. You can also open the whole profile of the user by clicking on these two arrows. You can always click End Match if ever you want to end the match. I think the important thing to note here is that what we made for now is what we call a temporary match. And that means that the system knows that the two users are tied together now. You can make the flow kind of ping pong between the two. I can just show you that. So let's go look at the task list while we look at this. So we made the match. That was the task here. We click completed. Now we get another task on this user saying call them and ask if they want the match. This task list still looks the same. We click completed. And now this user moves into a waiting for match state. So they don't show up out here. But Sam Jensen, who wasn't showing up here before, is now shown. And that's because there's a task on him to call him. And the way the system knows this is because we put them in this temporary match where then ping pongs back and forth and can kind of connect the two flows. Once I click completed here, we pass the point. So now they're just waiting for the first follow-up. We can still go see them in here. And now they pass the point where we count them as a temporary match, and now we count them as a real match. And when you set up your Kople system, you decide when you count someone as a real match. So it could be right after you make the match, or it could be a little bit later, as in this case. I'll just end this match, and then you can see that we go back to looking at things. I'll go back to the user we looked at before. So we go back to looking at things in the same way as before, where we have the list of potential matches. The last thing related to matching that's good to know is that we also have these two numbers up here. And they describe the amount of actual matches and temporary matches that's been made. So if we click here, we can see that he had a past actual match with Sam because we passed that point I mentioned before. I can see that I'm not too creative, so I also made a bunch of temporary matches with Sam and with other users. But it distinguishes. And when you're then looking for a new match for a user who might already have been matched, it makes sense to just click on these numbers and see what their match history is, because then we know that we might not want to match him with Sam again. Lastly, if a user already has a match, we'll just match him with Sam again, because clearly I am addicted to doing that. Then we can't match them with anyone else. But let's say you might want to match a user with 2 other users. Then you can click on the actions button and you can click create new flow. So that adds a whole new flow to the user where they sort of follow the user journey next to the other user journey they're following here. And then we can click here, and here we once again see the option of choosing the matches. Sam is taken now, but other ones are available, and we can create a match with them if we want to. I think that's pretty much it for the matching view, and I hope it really works well for you. Thank you.